Hi, everybody. So, for this week, or at least for today, we are going to be talking about multiplication and division. So, what's happening is that we're getting these word problems, and sometimes we're getting confused off of, okay, what am I supposed to be doing here? And so, what I've got here is a whole bunch of cutouts of different problems. So I was going to go ahead and pull a few at a time and then work them out and show you kind of the clue words that we're looking for as we're working on these and different things like that. So I thought I'd get us started. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing our screen so we can see where I'll be doing the work at. Okay, so we're either going to be doing multiplication or division. So we're going to pull the first one from here, see what we get. All right, I got two here. There we go. First one. So let's see what we got. Okay, David bought 5 video games for a total of $95. If each video game costs the same amount, how much did one video game cost? So we're going to kind of work this out and look at clue words. And we know, first of all, I have a word problem, which means the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to put this over here in the corner, is quest. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, I'm going to see. I'm circling this, underlining back to my question words, which is how much. So how much did one video game cost? And I don't want this thing flying around on me. So I'm going to get a piece of tape to tape it on here so we're not losing it. And I'm going to actually put it right over here so it's out of the way. All right, here we go. So we underlined here. So we did our Q and our U. We're understanding they want to know how much did one video game cost, okay? So we did our Q, we did our U. Now we need to make our goal statement, okay? So we're switching it up to one video game cost. And we're going to leave that blank. Okay, so we did our goal statement. Now we're going to segment and track, and then we'll solve. Now, once we segment and track it and break it apart, that's going to help us, using those keywords, tell us what we're going to be doing. So David bought 5 video games for a total of $95. I'm going to stop there. That's one sentence that tells me everything I need to know, okay? So a total of 95, but there's 5 video games, okay? So I have a total of $95, okay? They told us there were 5 video games. So that means I'm going to have 5 parts, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So they told me, kind of long, okay. The total was 95. I want to know how much did one video game cost. So just one of these parts. So I have a total. I need to break it apart. How much did each? For this question, I'm looking at this to break it apart. They want to know how much just one is. That means I'm going to have to divide, because yes, I have a total, but now I have missing parts. So I've got to divide to be able to find out what the answer is. So I'm going to do 5. So actually, I'm going to do it on the side here, so I don't want to waste too much room. So 5 divided by 95. Okay. Now, I always like to put my little multiplication sign here just because that's how I grew up learning it. And I know that everything here that comes up here is divided by my divisor. So when we do division, sometimes we like to go ahead and sing with it because it helps us keep up with the catchiness of how to do this. So I've got this divided by this, cover up, got enough? Yes. Because remember, this right here is what we call Big Mama's door. Somebody is knocking at Big Mama's door. In order to answer the door, you have to be the same amount or bigger, because we know that a kid shouldn't be answering the door for something that somebody is too big. So I have enough? Yes. I'm going to give the man a seat above the 9 because that's where I'm opening the door to. Count by 5. Don't pass up 9. 5, 10. Oops, back it up, and a 1 pops up. And I say 1 times 5 is 5, okay? Hook your line, subtract. Subtract, subtract, subtract. So 9 minus 5, 4. Again, look at how it's all lining up correctly. Then our next step is to look up. Oh, pull down the shade every time we pull down the shade. So if there's something up there, you got to pull it down. So now it's like I have a whole new one, okay? So now I've got to count by 5, don't pass 45. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, stop. And a 9 pops up. And I say 9 times 5 is 45. Again, look at how that is lining up correctly down. Okay, hook your line, subtract. Subtract, subtract, subtract. 45 minus 45, 0. I'm going to look up. There's no more shade, so my quotient is 19. So now I just found out that one video game costs $19. Okay, $19. That's how much each of these are. Now, remember, you also want to check your work just to be safe. When we check our work from division, we take our quotient, which is 19. I'm going to do it kind of small. And you multiply it times your divisor. So my divisor is 5 because you should be getting 95. If you don't get 95, that means that your answer of 19 is not correct. So 9 times 5 is 45. Drop that, bump my 4. 1 times 5 is 5, plus 4 is 9. So yes, it is correct. Okay, awesome. All right, let's see what the next one's going to be that we are going to do. What is it going to be? Hopefully this one's a multiplication one, but we'll have to check and see. Never know. Okay, next question. Let me get out a piece of tape so we can move on. All right, so here we go, second one. All right, guys. Here's what the next one says. Emily baked 98 chocolate chip cookies for the bake sale. If she puts 4 cookies in each bag, how many bags of cookies will Emily have to sell? Now, sometimes we read these and at the top of my head, I'm like, oh, I know what I need to do. Great. That is awesome. You're a step ahead, but you still got to show your work and follow the steps anyways, just to check your work. So I'm going to look here and start with my Q, which is my question mark. Underline it back to my question word, which is how many, okay? How many bags of cookies will Emily have to sell? So we did our Q, we did our U, now we can do our goal statement for E explaining. Let's see. Emily will have to sell blank bags of cookies. All right, guys. Then we're going to go through and start with the rest of it with our segmenting and tracking to set it up to see what we're doing next. Emily baked 98 chocolate chip cookies for the bake sale. We're going to stop there. She baked 98 chocolate chip cookies. That means that that's my total, okay? So 98 cookies is my total. If she puts 4 cookies in each bag, how many bags of cookies will she have to sell? So she baked 98, okay? And she's saying that however many bags that she needs, which we don't know, right? Each of them are gonna have 4. The issue is we don't know how many bags she's gonna need. So I have my total, but I don't know how many, so that means I'm gonna need to divide to see, okay? So my divisor is 4, and my total is 98. Pretty similar to what we just did a second ago with the first problem, okay? So this divided by this, cover up, got enough? Yes. Giving the man a seat. Count by 4, don't pass up 9. 4, 8, 12. Oops, back it up, and a 2 pops up. And I say 2 times 4 is 8. Hook your line, subtract. Subtract, subtract, subtract. 9 minus 8 is 1. Okay, look up, up, pull down the shade. Every time we pull down the shade, we must count by 4, don't pass 18. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Oops, back it up, and a 4 pops up. And I say 4 times 4 is 16. Hook your line, subtract. Subtract, subtract, subtract. 8 minus 6 is 2. I already know that 1 minus 1 is 0, so I honestly like to just leave it blank. If you want to put a 0, completely up to you. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So I'm going to look up. There's nothing else there, so that means this is left over, and my remainder is 2. Okay, so let's check our work to see if that's correct. I'm going to come back over here. I've got 24 times my divisor of 4. 4 times 4 is 16, bump my 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Now, here's what we forget. There's a remainder now. You add the remainder. Okay, 6 plus 2 is 8, and I've got 9. It matches, and yes. So my answer is 24 with a remainder of 2. So here is the deal. How many bags of cookies will Emily have to sell? She baked 98, okay? She's putting 4 in each bag, which means we're going to have 24 bags. But here is the issue. There's 2 cookies left over. We need to decide, what are we going to do? Is she just going to throw them away? Probably not. She will probably have to just add another bag. No, there will not be 4 cookies in that bag. She can sell at half price, whatever she wants to do, but we're not just going to throw those cookies away. So what do we do with the remainder? This is that question, is what do we do when there is a remainder? We're going to have 24 bags. I need 1 more bag to put these 2 in. So when we're talking about representing remainders, we're trying to figure out, what do we do? We can't just ignore it, because that would lose 2 cookies you would just throw away, which I know she doesn't want to do that. So we're going to add 1 more to our answer to fit those in. So she actually will need to sell 25 bags of cookies. Okay, I hope we remember that part. All right, let's see what our next one is. Hopefully it'll be a multiplication problem. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna grab another piece of tape. Come on. All right, beautiful. All right, next problem. Okay, tape that there. All right, guys. Here we go. Each ticket to Splish Splash Plaza costs $23. How much would it cost for the 52 fourth graders to go to Splish Splash Plaza? That sounds really good for when it's been hot outside lately, but here we go. We're going to go through each part and start with our quest. So we're going to circle our question mark, underline back to our question word, even though it's all the way a lot, how much? Okay, we did our Q. We understand they want to know how much it would cost for the 52 fifth graders to go to Splish Splash Plaza, okay? So we want to know about the 52 fifth graders. So it would cost blank for 52 fourth graders. We're going to keep it a little bit short. We'll just leave it at that, okay? All right, so now we're going to do our segmenting and tracking to set it up and see what we're doing here, either multiplying or dividing. So I'm looking for those clue words. Each ticket to Splish Splash Plaza costs $23. Okay, so that's actually one of those clue words, depending on how you read it, can mean to multiply or divide. So, I'm super sorry, guys. So one ticket, just one, costs $23. That's what we got so far. Okay, how much would it cost for 52? Okay, I'm not going to write $23 52 times, but I know I need to take this and multiply it times 52. That's something really simple and easy, because then once we have that, we can take this and we can take this to find our total. Okay, now with this one, I'm actually going to set it up two ways. Because for some people it's different depending on how you solve it. So I do see that I need to multiply. So I need to do 23 times 52. Now, like I said, I'm going to do it two ways because for some people, honestly, the box method works for some people, whereas for some people, you feel like it's too much for you and you just want to do it the regular way. Not a problem. And I know that the box method is like, oh my God, it seems like so much. For some people, that works for them. All of our brains work differently. We learn differently. Teaching you just one way is not going to help. So I'm definitely all for showing you multiple different ways. And if it doesn't work for you one way, don't look at it that way. That's fine. So I'm going to break this apart. This is going to be, how many tens do I have in 23? I have 2 tens, which means 20, plus 3 ones. For 52, I have 50 plus 2. Okay, so I'm going to show you really quickly just how it would look in the box method if we broke it apart. So it doesn't matter what side it goes on. I'm going to do 20 plus 3 here, and then 50 plus 2 here, okay? So all you're doing is cross multiplying, okay? So what that means is I'm in this box, I look to the left, I've got 20, and then we remember multiplying. So times, I look up, 50. So I'm going to set them all up first and then come back and solve. I'm in this box, I look left, I've got 3 times, I look up, 50. Okay, I'm coming to this box, I look left, 20 times, I look up, 2. I'm in this box, I look all the way left, 3 times, look all the way up, 2. That's all you have to do. It is so simple, so easy, not as long and as excruciating as some of these videos I know that we've seen are. It's quick and easy. So let me show you other quick and easy ways to help solve this too. So 2 times 5 is 10. Then I have 1, 2 zeros. 1, 2. 1,000. Quick and simple, guys. Okay, 3 times 5, 15. 1, 0. Done. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. 1, 0. Done. 3 times 2, 6. Done, guys. It was simple, it was quick and fast. Now, the last part that we have to do now is we have to add our parts together. So I start with 1,000, my biggest number, cross it out. 150, cross it out. And look at how I'm lining them up correctly. If you don't line them up correctly, it's going to mess it all up. So 0006 is 6. 054, 9. 01, 1, and then 1. So 1,196. Now, let me do it the regular way really quickly so you can see how it's the same. So 23 times 52. Now, when we're doing 2-digit by 2-digit, what we like to do is cover up that 5. And I'm going to do 23 times 2, okay? So we start with our ones place. 3 times 2 is 6. And then 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, I'm done there. Now, I'm getting rid of my 2 because I've already used it. It's gone. My next line, I always start with a 0. Okay, and these are 2 different parts I'm going to add together. Okay, I start with my ones place again. 3 times 5 is 15. Drop my 5, bump my 1. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Okay, so then I'm just going to add my parts together. 6, 5 plus 4 is 9, 1 and 1. I got the same thing. The difference is this one we add 2 parts. This one we add 4 parts. The same thing, guys. Do not think that you have to choose one and just do it that way. No, that's not how it goes. So I just found out that it would cost $1,196 for 52 fourth graders. Okay, we're gonna do one last one and then we will be done for the day, guys. Thank you for sticking through. Let me get a new paper. All right, we're gonna choose the next one. Divide or multiply. Divide or multiply. Divide or multiply. All right, got one. Let me get a piece of tape. Cut it. All right, beautiful. Okay. Here we go, guys. Mrs. Pearson bought 24 boxes of erasers. If each box has 15 erasers, how many erasers are there in all? Same thing, guys. We're starting with our quest, okay? So we're going to be circling our question mark and underlining our question sentence back to our question words, which is how many. How many erasers are there in all? Wait a second. I am circling those words because I know that that means I'm going to find some kind of a total, okay, in all. So let's go through and do our goal statement. There are blank erasers in all. All right, beautiful. Now, we're going to go through and do our segmenting and tracking to set everything up so we can see what we're doing. Mrs. Pearson bought 24 boxes of erasers. 24 boxes. So let's say, here's my box, but there's 24 of them, okay? If each box has 15 erasers, I'm going to stop there. There goes that word each, which tells me I'm going to multiply. Each box has 15 erasers, okay? Same thing we did last time. Each box is times 15. Then we want to know how many are there in total, which we don't have that. So just like the last one, okay? I'm going to do the same thing. I've got 24 times 15. So I break that apart. That's 20 plus 4. I break this apart. It is 10 plus 5. All right, so let's do our box method really quickly. Break it apart. I'm going to do 20 plus 4 over here. And I'm going to do 10 plus 5 over here. All right, same thing. I'm going to set up my boxes before I start solving. And then when we're done, we will also do the regular way for some people, okay? So I'm here, 20 times 10. I'm here, 4 times 10. I'm here, 20 times 5. And then here, 4 times 5. Again, guys, quick. All you have to do is keep practicing and trying, and I promise you it's quick, quick, quick. All right, 2 times 1 is 2. I've got 1, 2 zeros, so that's 200. 4 times 1 is 4, and I have 1 0, that's 40. 2 times 5 is 10, 1 0, that's 100. 4 times 5 is 20. Guys, I want you to see how quick I'm going through this. You can be doing this too. I'm going to add up 200, 100. Like I like to cross them out as I go so I don't write them more than once. All right, so I've got all zeros. I've got 0, 0, 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 1 is 3, 360. Let's check the normal way also and make sure we get the same thing. Cover up that 1. 4 times 5 is 20. Drop my 0, bump my 2. Okay, I did that first. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. I'm dropping them both here. I'm done with my 5. Get rid of it. Get rid of stuff I've already used. Start my next line with the 0. Okay, I'm starting with my ones place. 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times 1 is 2. Now I'm going to add my parts together. 0, 4 plus 2 is 6. 2 plus 1 is 3. I got the same thing. So there are 360 erasers in all. 360, guys. So I hope that we are seeing what's happening, how we're looking for different steps, how we're going from there. What I would love to do very quickly is I'm going to choose to tape them on here, and I would love for you guys to, or put them on here, and then I would love for you guys to take a second and maybe copy them down, okay, and go from there. So I'm going to find one of each, and then you can figure out what you need to do for each of them. Okay, here we go. Here's my first problem I would love for you to do. And then my second problem. So here are 2. So number 1, number 2. If you could take a second, pause the video, copy it down, everything you need to do, and then we will go from there. Send it to your teacher, send it to whoever you would love to send it to. Thank you for the people who, when I do make my videos, they send them to me when they're done. I really appreciate it. So there's that. You've got 2 problems. You can go ahead and, like I said, pause this, copy them down, do the work for them, find your answers. So the biggest thing here is multiplication or division, and also knowing how to do our quest. That is something we do almost all year, guys. So we're almost there, guys. Once again, we're getting down to the wire. You guys are doing amazing with your Zoom classes with your teachers, turning in the assignments that you're doing and keeping up with everything, because I know it's like I say every time, crazy times, but you guys are doing it. All right, so keep up the good work. We all really, really appreciate it, because I know that we are working super hard to make sure you guys still have access to the things you can, and so we appreciate whenever you guys are actually taking advantage of it. So thank you, guys. I hope you guys had a really, really good weekend, and that we can get through the next 2 or 3 weeks, guys. See you later.